Kyrie has had one of the most polarizing journeys in the NBA. Polarizing to the point many have referred to Kyrie as the Kanye of the NBA.
It's got to be Kyrie.
It is.
He wasn't happy with LeBron. He wasn't happy as the leader in Boston.
Yep.
He wasn't happy in Brooklyn.
So Dame Dash pretty much put his stamp on you.
Yeah.
So when the Rockefeller Records team broke up, why did you choose to stick with him when it seems by appearance that Dame is the one that supported you in the beginning? Do you think that's disloyal?
Yeah.
I'm so fucking mad at the same time that I am not his running mate anymore.
From Kyrie's career decisions made,
You guys will have me back. I plan on re-signing here next year.
Boom!
So
It's a new world, Jay-Z.
to statements that went viral,
I don't really see us having a head coach. You know what I mean? Like, KD could be a head coach. I could be a head coach.
That might be one of the most ignorant damn things that I've heard a player say.
Y'all ain't gonna just keep running, start calling me bizarre and press for all these years. I got to a point, how many more times y'all gonna call me crazy?
to calls of being canceled.
You can't take my $40 million and insult my religion.
That just so happened to be Jewish.
Sure, the two have totally different career paths and totally different personalities, but more so than others.
But you're not answering the question.
Oh, it's another answering your question. Oh my God, let's make another Instagram clip so we could be famous again. Next question.
Kyrie, basketball related.
What do you mean it's not?
What do I mean? Like, okay, so how about, are you leaving?
Are you referring to the press?
He's gone.
Their similarities are more acute than their differences.
Saying things about me, it's inevitable. You know, they crucified Martin Luther King for speaking about peace and social integration. You could go back to historical leaders and great people in society that do great things, and they're still gonna talk them. It is what it is.
I thought I was more Malcolm X, but I find out I'm more MLK because as I'm getting hosed down every day by the press.
Kyrie first began to go viral with comments after his famous flat earth quote.
I started actually doing research on my own and figuring out that there is no real picture of Earth. Like, there's not one picture of Earth. And we haven't been back to the moon since 1961 or 1969. And you start, and then it becomes like conspiracy theory.
At the time, it was like, you're like innocent in it, but you realize the effect of the power of voice. And even if you believe in that, it's like, well, don't come out and say that stuff. That's for intimate conversations, because perception, how you're received, it just changes. Right. So yeah, I'm sorry about all that, for all the science teachers, everybody coming up to me like, I gotta reteach my whole curriculum. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize.
This is definitely the first clear comparison of the two. Ye might be the king of viral comments.
I work with Madonna, and I went over her house and we were joking about the Touch the Sky video, and I told her I used Pamela Anderson because I grew up on her. She helped, make me turn into a man, and looked like Madonna was getting a little jealous. And I was like, no, I used to jack off to you too.
About slavery for 400 years. For 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all?
Kyrie Irving entered the league as a first-round pick from Duke. The Cavs added him to the roster that would later on change the fate of a city begging for a sports championship title. Kyrie's entry to the league would garner respect from the standing greats. One that Kyrie would develop close ties with would be that of the great Kobe Bean Bryant.
yeah, me and Kobe, he said that he wants to bet me 50 grand. He's walking out right now. He said he wants to donate 50 grand to his charity if we play one-on-one.
Whenever these two were in the same building, you can feel the competitive spirit dominate the room.
Yes, this is not a high school kid coming to you. Kobe, oh my God, no. This is me coming to talk to you one-on-one. It is what it is. You want to do it right now. 50 grand to a boss is nothing.
I got to do 25 just for you. Easy money.
It's easy. You think y'all be playing a little bit? How else?
Y'all about the same size. Y'all about the same size.
Skill and determination was a gift, not given to many, but thrived in these two. Kyrie's relationship with Kobe could be likened to Kanye's relationship with Dame Dash, who welcomed Kanye into the music industry and saw his total value before others.
Dame Dash the visionary.
Okay.
He the original black hipster.
Kobe was very particular with the players he chose to mentor. Many would later on become MVPs and champions.
Kyrie actually's got some talent, so I entertain that conversation. He can play a little bit for high school kids.
Kyrie's skill set and abilities would strengthen the city, who would hearken a local legend to return. The two would combine forces that would eventually gain them the crown for one of the most talented teams in NBA history. This moment would forever be emulated in what the world would call the shot.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. Let's go! Kyrie Irving from downtown! And the Cavaliers by champions once again!
After Kyrie hit this shot, he will place a call to none other than Kobe himself.
And we're watching the game, and then my phone rings, and it's FaceTime call, and I'm like, I hate FaceTime calls. Like, don't FaceTime call me, unless it's my family, right? But it's Kyrie. Like, all right, let me pick it up. I pick it up, and Kyrie's in the locker room celebrating on FaceTime. Like, dude, it worked. Your advice worked. You know what I mean? Like, he's completely freaking out.
You would think this championship would put Kyrie's and LeBron's relationship to its high, but all good things come to an end, and their relationship would not be excluded from this mantra. The next season would see a Kyrie that would demand to be traded to a conference rival, the Boston Celtics. Many rumors would arrive on why Kyrie wanted to leave a team that just won the crown a season before.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
For him to develop and be as good as he can be, he needed a situation like this.
No, but I'm not saying that you know why that doesn't make sense to me. Kyrie wants to be the man now. Of course, if he stays with LeBron, he can get 3, 4, 5, 6, but guess what? That's not going to happen.
Or the rumor that stuck is that Kyrie wanted to be number one and wanted his own team. He no longer wanted to be under Big Brother's wings.
But on the court, LeBron James, even being the best player in the NBA, is very unselfish. So that was the most surprising thing. And it was almost kind of like Scottie Pippen saying, "Yo, this Michael Jordan thing ain't cool." Like, what are you talking about?
Clearly, he don't like LeBron.
Sort of like Kanye and his big brother.
It's a new world, Jay-Z. Hey, don't send killers at my head, bro. This ain't the Malcolm X movie. We growing from that moment.
The Cavs attempted to trade Kyrie Irving to the Suns without his knowledge, so he demanded to be traded to the Celtics. Kyrie's Celtic career would be short-lived for reasons unknown.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Was it that the chemistry wasn't there? Was it something with the coach?
You guys will have me back. I plan on re-signing here next year.
Or did Boston just become Boston on Kyrie?
Seen issues around the NBA with fans crossing the line. Somebody tossed a water bottle and it nearly hit Kyrie as he was walking to the tunnel.
But his time at Boston was silver-lined with him meeting none other than Ye himself, who had a sports management company called Donda Sports, who was representing Jaylen Brown at the time. But this would not be the two's only encounter. Kanye would one day piss off the music industry by releasing his album Donda 2 exclusively on the Stem Player, an audio device he owned. Kyrie would promote Kanye's device after a game when he played with the Nets. And oh yeah, about Kyrie and the Nets. And that's where the story takes a wild turn. Kyrie's arrival to the Nets would start off on a bad note once the owner, Joseph Tsai, hired Steve Nash as the coach of a team that Kyrie had a huge part in building. Due to his presence on the Nets, they were able to acquire Kevin Durant and later on James Harden. They would hire Nash, which would be his first head coaching gig over many other candidates eligible for the position.
Well, first of all, Kyrie is one of my favorite players of all time. He's brilliant.
Kyrie would let his feelings be known out the gate.
I saw him at the Hall of Fame 2 years ago, gave him a big hug, and now he's the head coach. And I think it's also going to change the way we see coaches. I don't really see us having a head coach. You know what I mean? Like KD could be a head coach. I could be a head coach.
That might be one of the most ignorant damn things that I've heard a player say. Steve Kerr's coaching in Golden State. Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and them they need a coach?
I don't know if I've heard anybody say something so ignorant.
He let it be known that he didn't see Nash as even his equal, coaching or playing.
It looked like Kyrie Irving actually was the one who initiated that timeout. He looked over towards Steve Nash, who was not initially calling one and said, hey, we need to discuss this.
You know, Kyrie praised you yesterday, basically apologized for saying he or KD could be the coach. How much input do he and KD have to what is going on? Or is it basically all you and the assistants and D'Antoni and so on?
I mean, thus far, we're trying to, coach the team and implement everything. Now, that doesn't mean we don't confer with them. We don't, seek collaboration, with our players. So we're always looking to collaborate. We're always looking to get an understanding or a feel from the players. So.
There was a rumor that Kyrie Irving disrespected Steve Nash in his own home, telling him to give Kobe Bryant back those 2 MVPs.
It was something that Steve Nash gave to bring all the team together, to meet and greet kind of thing. It might have been at his home, but it was like, yo, man, you don't believe this. It's like what he said, what Kyrie said to Steve Nash. They are never going to get along because he kind of like disrespected him, at his own home. 2 friends talking and, having conversation, and it came up, but it's not, you can call it joking if you want, but I think he meant it when he said it because, he and Kobe had that great relationship, and rightfully so if he felt that way. And a lot of people felt that way about Steve Nash getting his MVPs.
Kobe was a close friend of Irving. It will always be debated if Kobe was robbed of those 2 MVPs due to the NBA punishing Kobe for a case he caught.
Disgusted at myself for making a mistake.
Kyrie just called it like he saw it.
Yo, Taylor.
But we've seen this before. Kanye did the same thing for Beyonce.
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
This would only be the beginning for Kyrie. Soon, a plague would appear that will cripple not only a season, but Kyrie's career. What was a controversial decision at the time, Irving chose not to get the jab, a decision that would make Kyrie one of the faces of a movement the government was trying to stop.
Not expecting, a mandate to be brought down in a way that it wasn't going to allow me to play at all.
I think that he has to really consider getting a vaccine because
their decision, and I respected it. I really had to sit back and think and try not to become too emotionally attached. To what they were deciding to do. I had to sit down and really evaluate things and see it from their perspective, meaning the organization, my teammates. I just really empathized and I understood their choice to say if you're not going to be fully vaccinated, then you can't be a full participant.
I had the opportunity to play away games still, but there was no plan in place. There was no vision of how it's going to work for our team, and I think that really impacted not just me, but a lot of people. So
when this occurred, the black community remained the lowest percentage of the vaccinated out of all demographics. Though Kyrie was just acting on behalf of his own health, his stance represented a massive amount of people.
Let me say this straight up and down. I think Kyrie Irving should retire.
New York City passed a policy that all workers of the boroughs had to have proof of vaccination. So there was even some games where the visiting team was allowed to play unvaccinated while Kyrie was forced to sit out. But this was only the beginning of Kyrie's perils. His basketball life was almost turned upside down from one tweet. In late October 2022, Kyrie put out a tweet about a film on Amazon called Hebrew to Negroes. This tweet was spread like wildfire after the owner's side called attention to it. And this was in the midst of an ongoing saga with the same group created by none other than Ye.
That just so happened to be Jewish people. I don't have a problem with the fact that the Jewish people have bought. I could say that, but I do.
This is where the story overlaps the most. The movie Hebrews to Negroes embellish who the original Israelites from the Bible are with clues derived from the book itself. This is a film that also garnered attention from Kanye as well. At first, Kyrie stood his ground.
Cannot be anti if I know where I come from. The fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community, and I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not on something I didn't create, and it was something I shared, and I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility, then that's where I sit. You guys ask me about other things, I give you my opinion, and it's met with whatever you believe the perception or the deception is.
At this point, Ye was already full throttled and not holding anything back.
But I don't care about anybody's opinion, bro. I lost. They tried to put me in jail. They blocked $2 billion I had.
Kyrie's former teammate LeBron had a podcast episode with Ye that was scrapped.
And even mentioned how LeBron himself had a decision to make along these same lines when Kanye West was a guest on his YouTube show, The Shop, and Kanye West was speaking this similar dangerous rhetoric.
But the pressure kept mounting on Kyrie till he gained a suspension from a tweet. Everyone, including LeBron, backed off of Kyrie.
LeBron James, who was one of the few NBA voices to actually step out and say that he believes what Kyrie Irving did was harmful, and he doesn't stand for any harmful actions against any race, religion, or creed.
Jaylen Brown left Ye's management company.
I guess to your first question, what would have happened if I stayed? You know, I work hard to be able to have the platform that I have. I use it to be a voice for a voiceless. So to, potentially, maybe have to sacrifice that platform, I didn't think that would be the right decision.
As expected, the entire media just pounced on Kyrie.
I think Adam should have suspended him. First of all, Adam's Jewish. You can't take my $40 million and insult my religion.
Kyrie has proven to all of us that he's not a leader. And I don't understand this for the life of me.
Every move he executed in the past that made sense to a lot of folks now became the forefront of every discussion.
With his insistence that the earth is flat, then it was amplifying theories about the JFK assassination, and then the legitimacy of dinosaurs. Then they got more serious in nature. He's amplified baseless conspiracy theories from Alex Jones. Earlier this season, the Brooklyn Nets suspended him because he refused to apologize for promoting an anti-Semitic film that denied the Holocaust. Nike dropped his endorsement deal after that situation. He also missed significant time on the court during the pandemic when he was vocally anti-vaccine. Well, the New York tabloids certainly have some dialogue about it. Take a look at this on the back page of the New York Daily News. It reads in big bold letters, "He's your headache."
The Nets owner, Sy, then came up with a 6-step requirement for Kyrie to return to gameplay that included not only one, but 2 apologies.
With all that being said, I just want to offer my deep apologies to all those who are impacted. I think I really want to focus on the hurt that I caused, or the impact that I made within the Jewish community, putting some type of threat or assumed threat on the Jewish community. I just want to apologize.
Kyrie also had a long-standing deal with Nike, as did Ye with Adidas. Both deals will be terminated.
But Adidas finally broke its silence and ended the relationship. That move will cost them big, but Ye even more, immediately knocking him out of the billionaire ranks.
And after the season, Kyrie would pack his bags and move to Dallas in a move everyone thought was doomed from the beginning.
Dallas will be his 4th NBA team in the last 6 years, as Irving has either been unhappy or worn out his welcome in his
Dallas is in this predicament right now. They had to take the plunge for Kyrie because they tried Porzingis.
Right.
And
that was an epic fail.
It was an epic fail. It's just experimenting here.
Right.
And if they don't like what they see, if it blows up, they'll say, okay, so we wasted Dinwiddie and Finney Smith.
Yeah, the pick.
Soon after Cuban got Irving over to the Mavericks, who already had a #1 star in Luka Doncic, he sold the team to a Jewish woman who owned a company that primarily ran out of Vegas. Everyone thought Kyrie was doomed. This venture to the Mavs did not come without drama. Folks came for him still.
The Dallas Mavericks were on the road Monday night playing the Utah Jazz in Salt Lake City. Kyrie Irving was back in the lineup, and some members of the home crowd got his attention. A few rabbis from Utah sat courtside holding signs that read, "I'm a Jew and I'm proud." 14 months ago, Kyrie shared a link on social media promoting anti-Semitic film, something the Jewish community has not forgotten. One of the rabbis wrote on Twitter that Kyrie saw the signs and then commented, "No need to bring that to a game." Kyrie spoke to Maverick security, and Jazz officials later came over to have the signs put away.
But as Kyrie was being lifted in front of all of our eyes, his enemies could not say the same. Nike sales dropped, and the player they chose to replace Kyrie was having his own set of problems.
Ja Morant has been suspended for a second time after once again appearing to flash a gun on social media. The video circulated on Saturday night. It shows Morant with what appears to be a handgun while he's riding in a friend's car. Yesterday, the Grizzlies said they were aware of the video and suspended Morant from all team activities pending league review in March.
Same thing happened to Adidas, by the way, who had to ask for Ye's help again.
And now, according to reports from multiple outlets, Kanye has reached an agreement with Adidas that would see the company unload the remaining designs in the Yeezy collection. The new contract would allow Adidas to release and promote the existing product created under their previous deal with Kanye West, and it doesn't make any provisions for the continuation of a collection.
But for the 2023 to 2024 season, a small amount of people predicted a 5th seed Mavericks team to represent the Western Conference in the 2024 NBA Finals. The only one out of his class still competing on this high level. Curry did not make the playoffs, and LeBron was ousted by the Joker. The same Joker that saw Kyrie's greatness front row.
In for Irving. Irving for the win! Oh my! A southpaw finish from Kyrie Irving!
He persevered and was rewarded with apology.
I think a lot of people owe Kyrie an apology.
After apology.
Let me start off by apologizing. I must say,
sorry we did not put you on the Olympic team.
I need to see those apology letters out right now.
Sorry we did not place you in the top 75. Sorry we told you to retire.
I think Kyrie Irving should retire.
Sorry.
You know, I've never said it to Kyrie, but I've said it to Stephen A. Because at one time, Stephen A. was an advocate about having a battle with this guy. And I had to call Stephen. I'm like, this guy's from our neighborhood. I named like 6 people. And I said, Stephen, those people mentored you. They mentored him. So when you say something about him, you're actually saying it about us.
He was 1,000% correct.
At the time this video was recorded, it's still not known if Kyrie will be champion. Because of his past, he may even be robbed the finals MVP. But one thing they cannot rob him of is how history, our history, will see Kyrie as the champion he is.
I'm so fucking mad at the same time that I am not his running mate anymore.
We survived. We survived through the cancellation. We're back number 1.
Knowing for yourself does? You know what protecting your energy and protecting your inner peace does? Peace of mind.
If you like this video, please do me one small favor and subscribe. Apply pressure to that subscribe button.
Who's gonna stop you? Who's gonna stop you after that? When you've cleared out the way, no stress, nobody holding you back, you don't got no haters in your crew, you got a tribe that really unconditionally loves you, you got family that you're devoted to, you're loyal, you got trustworthy people around you, you've created the environment you want, and then it's time to thrive. Are you still gonna be afraid? Are you still gonna be afraid when you have everything that you prayed for and the universe gave to you and you had to fight for it? Are you gonna be afraid? Fuck no. No fear. No fear. None.